So you see that?
Yeah, I can see that. Could you copy and paste that for me, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can build from there, because I know you have another one. But this is why I tell people if you get an opportunity, always do the consultations after you do everything else or watch the videos because then we can get directly into uh let's see what your case looks like. And hopefully that makes sense to you guys now. And then we start to take your case apart piece by piece. But in many instances, I think most people can do it anyway. Um, I think what may make me a little bit different is that I happen to have had some situations where I've kind of gone through everything that a lot of the stuff that you guys are going through now. Just about being informed, getting the reps in. So let me put this in here. That's pretty interesting. So I think we kind of got a place to start with you also now Minnesota because we found that's important. So
Yep,
now
yep.
I think we're left with who, North Carolina now?
Yes,
Minnesota,
sir.
North Carolina. All right. You good? You good over there, Kyle? Making sense a little bit, Kyle?
Yeah, it's making a little bit of sense more and more.
Okay. When we see something like guidelines, they're only got no, oh God. Wait a minute, let me take something out of here. That's Minnesota. We're beyond that. So let's take them out. That just doesn't that's just unsettling to me that a judge could have such a broad discretion.
They definitely would abuse it too.
Sorry about that, Kung Fu guy. I have two different machines working. We're gonna try to get this resolved in the next week or so. But I just put the Zoom link in there. Okay, so there's a law. Oh, you hit on number one, North Carolina. Y'all see in reference to SCC? Is that what you all are looking at?
Yes.
What does it say in accordance?
According to well-established North Carolina law, a valid child support order must be upon an analysis of the amount of support necessary to meet the reasonable needs of the child and the relative ability of the parties to provide the amount.
So that would mean there'd be some sort of fact finding, determine whether a parent's parental rights in a child are subject to termination pursuant to that. In the context of a situation where a parent is subject to a valid child support order, there's no requirement that petitioner independently prove, or that the termination order find as fact respondent's ability to pay support pursuant to relevant statutory time period. Thus, this court has directly and explicitly rejected the argument that the parents have advanced in opposition to the trial court's determination of their parental rights. And okay, this must be about parents losing their rights. Hold on a second. Let's see what the court was looking at. Y'all saw what I did right there, right? I just took the case, appeal from the trial court order to terminate their parental rights in their daughter. Okay, so this is different then. This is what they wanted to know. Whenever you all read any case, go find out what the court was trying to determine. Does that make sense to y'all? In other words, what was the question for the court? And have to consider a race to the parents' challenges. See, that's how you kind of you see that like they say like we review the trial court's this dispositional finding of fact to determine whether they are supported by the. That's how you start looking for what did the court want to know, not just what they talked about in their order or in their analysis. What was the question before the court? And don't read it for what you want to find. read it for what's in there, which is what I just did when I looked at this case and said this is not the kind of case we want. I think I'm going to have to ask yours the same question. And I guess I should have asked all y'all. There's no question about paternity, right?
That's correct.
Like, so long as there's no question of paternity, then you may have that. But let's go. Damn, where we at again? North Carolina and New York. Because this is where you want to start getting into, and because what they're assuming is that you don't have any rights, or they're almost acting the husband or the mother, which I see. Okay, that's not. Oh, there you go. North Carolina, you saw that Conley. Can you see
Yeah,
that? Okay.
I can see it.
Check your. You saw that? Now that would be where that may be where your battles all begin. Y'all got that? So once you
Absolutely.
parent, you're the parent. And I'm sure I don't know if you all know about Stanley versus Illinois, a parent's a parent, whether married, single, or divorced. Parenting is parenting.